Recording in progress.
I want to welcome everyone to the Board of Commissioners meeting dated January 7th, 2025. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. The first order of business is the election of officers. I'd like to open the nomination for President of the Board of Commissioners. Do I have a nomination?
Yes, I would like to nominate Carl Baxmeyer as president.
Second.
Second. So we have a nomination for Carl Baxmeyer for president, made by Tony Hazen, seconded by Raphael Morton. Do we have any other nominations? Seeing none, I'd like to close the meeting, close the nominations. Can we have a vote? Do I do that?
A motion.
A motion to approve Carl Baxmeyer for president?
Does anyone like to make that motion?
Yes, I'll make a motion to elect Carl Baxmeyer president.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Commissioner Hazen,
Aye.
Commissioner Morton,
Aye.
and Commissioner Baxmeyer.
Aye.
Motion
Congratu-
carries.
Congratulations, Carl.
Thank you. Do you want to do the vice president too?
No, I don't think I
You can.
I can?
Yep.
Or he
I can do that?
Carl can.
Carl
Carl can, okay, that's fine.
Okay, thank you. Next item on the election of officers is an election of a vice president. I would open nominations.
I'd like to make a motion to nominate Tony Hazen for vice president.
I'll second that. There being no other nominations, move to have a motion to
Now
elect.
move for a motion.
Raphael, do you want to make a
Yes, I'd like to
motion?
make the motion for Tony Hazen for vice president.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second. Commissioner Hazen,
Aye.
Commissioner Morton,
Aye.
and Commissioner Baxmeyer.
Aye,
Motion carries.
thank you. Derek Dieter is in the house. Next, approval of the accounts payable docket. Do we have a motion? So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Commissioner Hazen,
Aye.
Commissioner Morton,
Aye.
and Commissioner Baxmeyer.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next item, boards and commissions appointments for 2025.
Yes, Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to appoint the following commissioners to the following boards and commissions. Carl Baxmeyer, Anthony Hazen, and Raphael Morton to the Board of Finance, and that is by statute. Anthony Hazen to the Drainage Board. Carl Baxmeyer, Raphael Morton to the Housing Consortium. Carl Baxmeyer to the Michiana Area of Council of Governments. Anthony Hazen to the PSAP Executive Board. Anthony Hazen to the St. Joseph River Basin. Carl Baxmeyer, Anthony Hazen, and Raphael Morton to the Solid Waste Management Board.
We have a motion if there's a second.
Second.
Motion and a second. Commissioner Hazen,
Aye.
Commissioner Morton,
Aye.
and Commissioner Baxmeyer.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next is approval of Goebel's commercial cleaning services contract for various facilities.
Good morning, Commissioners. Bree Roberts, Director of Physical Assets with Department on the 7th floor of this building.
And Jonathan Baker, Facility Maintenance Manager, St. Joe County Office at the lower level.
So before you today is a proposal for commercial cleaning services for various county facilities as outlined in your packet today. After extensive research, it has been found that outsourcing this service will present a substantial annual savings to the county as presented below on your cover page. Essentially, current expenditures for just FTEs and benefits are annually $633,295.32. And the Goebel's contract annual amount is broken out on your sheet, but in total is $337,998.44. So this presents a savings of approximately $295,295.40 in 2025 alone. Obviously, that savings will be annual, so every year we will see that savings. And it is honestly a little greater than that because we did not include the chemical costs that we currently incur into this figure. Gobles will be purchasing chemicals on our behalf, and so I would estimate that chemical cost to be about $5,000 annually as well. So there's substantial savings with outsourcing this service, and we ask for your approval.
Questions? Can you talk a little bit about what'll happen to the current employees?
I can. And we also have representatives from Gobles here as well, who might be better able to articulate that. But I do know that as outlined in their proposal, that they will offer interviews to all of our current staff. They have also offered the 2024 pay rates to those staff, so that they can receive the same pay and hopefully, be able to take off running with Gobles if they are employed with them after the 31st of this month. Go ahead,
Josh, anything to add?
Yeah, we just wanted to let you know that we did agree that we spoke with all current employees already, advised them that we were going to offer them positions here or within our company if they were interested in coming over with us. We did tell them that they would stay at the same rate of pay as they had in 2024. We're also moving all of these positions to full-time positions, so there won't be any, there will be one part-time position. I think it's 6.5 positions. But we also have other full-time and part-time positions open within the company should they want to continue on that.
What's been your feedback from the employees?
It's been mixed, but there's been several that were happy to hear that it was going from full-time or from part-time to full-time. They had been looking for full-time employment, and it just wasn't in the budget for the county to have that, and so they're excited about that.
And you said mixed and the other feedback?
I think anytime, so when the meeting occurred, we were there at the meeting when they were told that, they were gonna be, essentially let go, or we were gonna go in this direction. And obviously, that's a gut punch as soon as you hear that. So
right.
we spoke literally 5 minutes after they were told that, so you could just kind of read the room a little bit. But since then, in the letter that we gave them our personal cell phone numbers that they could reach out to us, and several have reached out expressing interest in coming on board and stuff. So I think overall it's been positive outside of that first, 5 minutes that I think anybody would expect that.
Okay, that's what I was trying to get
Yes, sir.
clarification on. Thank you.
Well, it's not a minor amount that we will be saving annually and delivering good service.
Yeah, and in talking with Bree, we've already kind of expanded the scope as well, as compared to what they were doing before. We're going to be doing some additional services that are included in that price, so.
Any further questions or comments?
I just have a comment. I just want to thank John and Bree and also Gobles for working on this and everybody being at the meeting with the employees. Like you said, Josh, it was a gut punch for them, but I think they received it as well, or better than I thought they would, really. And you and your wife being there and talking to them helped quite a bit, and I appreciate that.
And I would second that too. Everybody we've worked through in this process, Bree, John, Courtney, from Human Capital, everybody's been fantastic, and everybody had what was best for the county and at heart during this whole process. So it was a really professional process that we went through, and appreciate everybody's help with that.
If there are no other questions or comments, do we have a motion?
Motion to approve the agreement with Gobles Cleaning.
Second.
The motion and a second. Commissioner Hazen?
Aye.
Commissioner Morton?
Aye.
Commissioner Baxmeyer?
Aye,
Motion carries.
thanks, everyone. Next, approval of the Beacon Health System office lease agreement for the clinic location. Anybody going to speak on that? If not, I will. For quite a few years, the county has had a health clinic on Colfax, and that's up for renewal of the lease on that building. It's pretty straightforward. I don't see any reason not to move ahead with that lease. It is, we have the ability to terminate if situation changes, but in order to keep the clinic functioning and operational, it's a definite benefit to the employees. I would encourage that we have a motion to approve the Beacon Health System office lease agreement.
I make a motion to approve the Beacon Health Systems office lease agreement for our clinic location.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Commissioner Hazen?
Aye.
Commissioner Morton?
Aye.
Commissioner Baxmeyer?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Finally, under the Commissioners section, approval of the resolution for sale of Healthwin.
So, the commissioners had previously approved a purchase agreement to sell the Healthwind property, which was related to a lease with options that was entered into, I believe, in 2011 or 2012, which gave Healthwind the option to exercise the purchase of the property, which they gave the commissioners notice of back in October of last year. As a result, that lease and option agreement set forth the purchase price as well as the termination fee for the lease, all of which were adhered to and set forth in the purchase agreement, which has been previously approved. In order for a political entity or subdivision to sell property, a title company requires a resolution authorizing the sale, as well as for the president of the entity to sign necessary closing documents. So the resolution is prepared for that purpose so that we can provide it to the title company and effectuate closing.
Any questions?
I just want to make a comment to make it sure everybody's clear that that option was in there, and we had to abide by that option to purchase, and the purchase amount was set back in 2012 or whenever.
If there are no other questions or comments, do we have a motion to approve the resolution for sale of Healthwin?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Commissioner Hazen?
Aye.
Commissioner Morton?
Aye.
And Commissioner Baxmeyer?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next, moving on to IPG, approval of the SJEC Water Transmission Main and Fillmore Road Utilities change orders 3, 4, and 5.
Good morning, Sky Meadows, Department of Infrastructure Planning and Growth, offices on 7th and 11th floor. Welcome, Commissioner Morton. This is an item for the water main project that is being pretty much wrapped up out at the IEC area. It was one of the first initial projects that was bid out for that area. Mainly, it's for requesting approval for 3 change orders. The first change order number 3, exactly what these were for, each change order was for several different types of items. I can go into detail if you got any questions. Otherwise, they're listed on each of the change order forms. But change order number 3 is for a reduction in the cost of $497,087. The next change order number 4 is for the addition of $422,852.80. And change order number 5 is for the addition of $43,977.62. Overall, the project is, there's been additions through change orders overall of $947,632.28. Original cost was around $5.1 million. Right now, we're around a little less than, right around $6.1 million near the end of the project. We've reviewed this. Public Works has, several other of our inspectors and entities have reviewed this and request your approval, and I'd be happy to answer any questions or get into any of the details if you'd like.
I don't have any questions, but I will say, don't want to encourage people to go out there because it's construction site and a lot going on, but anybody who is out there has to be impressed by how much work is being done
Yeah,
all at one time, not only through AWS, GM, but
yeah, I've been
doing
doing
the
this
infrastructure.
for 25 plus years, and there's people been doing a lot longer than me that it's just impressive how if you haven't gone out there in a week or two, how much has changed from the previous week you were out there to just in just that short amount of time. It's pretty amazing how quick the projects are happening with all the amount of work that's taking place in that area, not just from the private industries themselves, but the public projects that are going on also. It's pretty impressive, and you very rarely, well, I've never seen that much work going on in that area. And we're trying to, limit the impacts the best we can to the communities. There's some things that, we can't limit, like traffic. There's going to be increased traffic, but we're trying our best to limit that impact and do the best we can to try and, limit the impact of that. But it's very impressive.
Any other questions or comments for Mr. Metters? If not, do we have a motion to approve change orders number 3, 4, and 5 for the SJC Water Transmission Main and Fillmore Road Utilities?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Commissioner Hazen?
Aye.
Commissioner Morton?
Aye.
Commissioner Baxmeyer?
Aye.
Motion
Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to the Department of Health. Approval of the 2025 Health First SJC Grant Awards for Community Partners, and there's an extensive list.
Hi, Jenna Rose, Director of Community Partnerships and Development with the Department of Health, offices on the 8th and 9th floor. Today, we're asking your support of our 2025 Health First St. Joseph County Community Grant Awards. We've extended 14 grants so far to Cultivate Culinary School, Dr. Angie's Dental Health Exchange, Health Plus Indiana, Doing Business as AIDS Ministries, Mental Health Awareness Michiana, Northern Indiana Maternal and Child Health Network, Play Like a Champion Today, Portage Township, Real Services, St. Joe Regional Medical Center, St. Margaret's House, Unity Gardens, and Women's Care Center. If you have any questions, I do have their scopes to work with me, and I'd be happy to read those off for you as well.
Well, I want to thank the Health Department for providing us with
Yeah.
an extensive, and just for clarification, these are agreements that are being renewed. Over the past year, the commissioners approved these individual agreements as they were negotiated or arrived at with each one of these partners. So there's no new ones, was what I'm saying.
So some of these are new contracts well, they're the same contract from last year, but they're new organizations.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
There are some returning organizations like St. Joe Regional Medical Center, St. Margaret's House, things like that, but there are a couple new ones.
Well, I missed that. Which, do you know off the top of your head, which are the new ones?
Yeah, Dr. Angie's Dental Health Exchange, Health Plus Indiana Doing Business as AIDS Ministries, Play Like a Champion Today. St. Joe Regional Medical Center does have 2 new grants that they're doing. And then that's about it for the new ones.
Cultivate Culinary School, is that, obviously that's affiliated with Cultivate Food Rescue?
Yeah, that's Cultivate Food Rescue, yep.
And these have all been reviewed by the board itself.
Yes.
Any further questions or comments for Ms. Rose? If not, we can do them all. Correct me if I'm wrong, we can do them
Oh,
en
we
masse. We don't
approve
need to
it.
go
You
through
just-
each one of these.
Designate each entity in your motion. I think that's acceptable.
I'll make a motion to approve all the grants for the Health Department, all 14 of them, starting with Cultivate Culinary School, Dr. Angie's Dental Health Exchange, Health Plus Indiana, Mental Health Awareness Michiana, Northern Indiana Maternal and Child Health Network, Play Like a Champion Today, Portage Township, Real Services, St. Joseph Regional Medical Center, St. Margaret's House, Unity Gardens, and the Women's Care Center.
Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Commissioner Hazen,
Aye.
Commissioner Morton,
Aye.
and Commissioner Baxmeyer.
Aye,
Thank
Motion
you.
carries.
thank you. Finally, for the recorder, approval of a Laredo agreement for Western Land Services. We get quite a few of these.
Yeah.
Do we have a motion to approve the Laredo agreement for Western Land Services?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Commissioner Hazen,
Aye.
Commissioner Morton,
Aye.
and Commissioner Baxmeyer.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Moving on to public comment.
First on the list is Mr. Caruso.
Why is that not a surprise?
Morning,
Morning.
Commissioners. Dan Caruso, 305 Compton Street, New Carlisle. Welcome, Commissioner Morton. Good to see you here.
Thank you, sir.
I know we're not supposed to talk about anything on the agenda, but I didn't understand about this particular item. The housekeeping issue that with Goebbels that came up today. Was there a bidding process? It was open to receive public bids? That was the only bid that was received? Okay, okay, it was the bid that was chosen. There was discussed you previously talked about, you and Sky talked about how fast things are going out in the Amazon GM area. The Amazon is just astounding how fast that's proceeding. But I will concede that the site where the GM plant is supposedly going to be locating has the cleanest dirt I've ever seen. They have worked that dirt over and over and over and over again for about 2 years now. So I'll hand that to them. I hear through the grapevine, I can't verify it because I can't get an address to go look at, that there is at least one personal property pond that has gone dry. I can't verify it because I have a name, but I don't know the address. I can't get anybody from the community to let me know where this place is located. But apparently this person's father stocked the pond with fish his entire life. He's in his 80s now. And the rumor I hear is that the pond is now dry with the fish dead at the bottom. I got to say, if this is happening, it was an oversight that we're just watching for the wells that go dry due to the dewatering. We got to be looking for, and there has to be an arrangement made and compensation for people who have a pond on their property, who use it for fishing, for paddle boat, for feeding their ducks, whatever they use it for, that all of a sudden gets sucked dry because Amazon is dewatering to put in that attenuation tank, all the other projects they got going over there. I think somebody needs to take a look at that, check around out there, look for anybody who's been impacted like this, and these people need to be compensated. Thank you.
Next on the list is Andy Castelny.
Good morning. I just want to welcome Mr. Morton Commissioner Morton. You notice you have a little bit more space up at the table now, so look forward to amazing things out of you four gentlemen for the 2025 and years to come.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Next.
Is Deborah Doral.
Good morning as well to all three of you commissioners, and I would like to especially welcome Commissioner Morton to this triumvirate. You have lots of experience representing the interests of us plebes, we plebes. So I wish you the best going forward with this in the next few years. I also want to give you a hearty thank you for moving back this meeting to 11 o'clock to allow those of us who have a little bit of a drive and a walk to have a second cup of coffee before we have to get up here and speak. Thank you.
Thank you.
No one else has signed up to comment in person. Cheryl Nix is online.
Okay.
Good morning, Cheryl Nix, Clay Township. I would like to join in the welcome for Commissioner Morton, and I look forward to the next few years with having you on the board.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. I did want to say that I attend all the meetings, and I don't recall a bidding process for housekeeping, but perhaps I overlooked that. I'll look back at all my notes. I do want to once again express my concern about what I see as expanding privatization of county jobs and my opposition to that. I keep imagining sitting the staff down close to the holiday and telling them they've lost their jobs. And despite the quote unquote guarantee of work from Global Cleaning, it seems to me that from my research, what I saw was he pays his employees $10 an hour, which isn't a living wage. Perhaps he's going to be raising that amount. But we had good paying county jobs that were just eliminated. And I don't feel good about that. I think there are other ways to find savings. So I just wanted to express my opposition to this decision. And it probably won't be the last time I disagree with the decision you've made. But let's be a little careful about this privatizing. As I've said, it can really open up the door for pay to play, makes me uncomfortable. I prefer that the county employees be run by the county. Thank you.
Anyone else online wish to offer a comment? Seeing no one, do we have a motion to recess?
So moved.
Second.
The motion is second. Commissioner Hazen?
Aye.
Commissioner Morton?
Aye.
Commissioner Baxmeyer?
Aye.
We are recessed.
Thank you.
Recording stopped.